Hello and welcome back to the Battery Test Channel. In front of us today we have two AirPod Pros. We have the real one, art courtesy of me, and then we have the fake one. Bought this one off of Facebook. It was around 40 bucks plus tax. This is of course $249 retail, $199 normal sale price. If you look for a good sale, it comes in at $179. So let's take a closer look at these. One thing I liked about this seller was that he or she did not even make any attempt to conceal the fact that this was fake. They were sold as generic iPods, iPod Pros rather. But looking at the case, obviously they're trying somewhat modestly to copy the real deal. And looking around the box, we see that we have AirPods Pro up top. It tells you that it's an AirPods Pro. Has the Apple logo, stickers, warnings, etc., etc. None of that is present on here. So I'm not going to give this product too much crap. They're not really claiming to be AirPods Pro. They're simply trying to emulate and flatter the original product that we have right here. So let's pop these open. Let's see what's inside. And before we do that, let's start with our weight test. I find that when you weigh a product, it tells you a lot about what's inside. Let's get rid of my artwork and let's see how much the real AirPods weigh. Oops. Let's see. Looks like it's 236 grams. I tared it incorrectly. There we go, 236 for the real deal. Both of these products have been opened. Actually, I take that back. This one has not been opened. So we get to unbox it today. Huge difference in weight. 138 for the fake, 236 for the real. Almost 100 grams. And this one, of course, this one has been opened, but we have the original, what is this called? Stuff we don't read, documentation. I haven't really taken anything out. Wonder if it comes with stickers. Does it? No, maybe not. So no stickers. So yeah, all that good stuff. I wanted to make sure we weigh it before I take it out. And how much does that weigh? That's probably a huge chunk of the difference. I doubt the fake one comes with anything. We have the AirPods. I've actually been using these. And let's see, we have the cable and the tips in here somewhere. There we go. Right there. So I don't use this cabling because, well, I have plenty of these. So this is everything that it comes with. Although it's been used, it's all in there. There we go. And yeah, 236 grams. Let's unbox this puppy. I did take the plastic covering off. And let's see. Is there a trick to opening these? I don't even have the claws. Oh, great, really? I'm going to fumble on YouTube with opening a box. Maybe unboxing is a skill after all. Wait, I'll give it to them. They have a tight... it's nice and tight. Alright, there we go. Oh, what's this? Oh, wow, look at that. Plastic coating and everything. I'm going to take that back. I guess I did forget to put back the wrapper on mine, so you can add an extra gram. Manual. Sorry, off the frame. Manual. Okay, iOS, turn on Bluetooth. Follow steps, blah, blah, blah. Etc., etc. Sure. Okay. You have the actual product. It's really not that bad. Okay, it's not the same kind of plastic, but close enough. A little thinner than the real deal. You have that. Oh, this looks pretty close to the legit deal. This is a little bit different. USB-A to Lightning on this one. And let's weigh each individual component separately. So let's do the... Oh, before we get too far, I want to say that there's a color difference between the two. Real, fake. So there's a difference there. Let's pull out the AirPods and see how much they weigh. 53 for the fake. 56. A lot closer than you'd think. Looking at the actual AirPods, we have the fake one here at 53 grams We have the real one here at 56, very close, extremely close. And if we take out the actual AirPods, I'm curious if the weight is in the case or the actual AirPods. Are the AirPods that you weigh any heavier? 46 for the fake, 45. Wow. So that's an interesting turn of events. The real one is a gram lighter, which means that the weight comes from the actual AirPods. That's relatively strange. Here we go. 7 grams for the fakes. 10 grams, 11 grams. Significantly heavier on the real deal. I suppose that's not all that surprising. It could be the power electronics on the batteries, whereas this is mostly air. So I suppose I shouldn't be all that shocked. Looking at the case, let's take a closer look at the case. A couple of gold connectors in there. I'm impressed. That's not aluminum. On the real deal here, you would expect to see indications about the battery. Nothing is present. We have no idea what the battery size is. The connect button is present, which is neat. And then we have a lightning connector per usual. And let's compare this to the real set of AirPods. The connectors actually look surprisingly good. I don't see anything strange. This is actually well done. And on the real product, we do have some lettering back here with the designed by Apple in California, assembled in Vietnam. And up here, as mentioned, we do have the model number and some battery information, FCC, battery information, etc. And what it should say over there is that it should give you the battery information in mAh. So it's 519 milliamp hours and the serial number. So that's what it should tell you right there. All right, let's look at the actual AirPods. So let's grab on my left is the fake, on the right is the real. And let's see if I can show you that the grill seems to be slightly different. Seems to be a little more recessed on the real AirPods to the right. On the left, you can see that it just fades right into the grill. And on the real ones, it feels like it's visually recessed a little bit, but maybe not really. In terms of production quality, both are, surprisingly, both are just as good. No edges here. The clamshell does meet right here. There's an edge. I know it's really hard to see because these are blazing white and it's really hard to see any contrast. Hopefully that shows it off a little bit. So there's a clamshell line that goes right in there, and both are exceptionally well done. I am impressed. So you have the left and the right. Is the positioning any different? No. The lettering seems to be bolder on the fakes, which is interesting. And you have additional information down here. Let's see, what does that say? Oh, it has the model number and serial number on it, right there. But other than that, I am seriously impressed with these. If you just hand these to me, don't tell me which is which, except for the missing lettering, I wouldn't be able to tell you which is which. This is surprisingly good. And the knurling, if you will, or the machining down here for that recessed area, that does seem to be slightly different. The fake ones are a little more sharp. So I guess there's a little bit of a textural difference when you handle these. But yeah, if you give these to me without context, I would not be able to tell you which is real and which is fake. Quite impressive. So how do they actually perform? Let's actually grab an iPhone and see how they link. All right, folks, we're back, and here we have the fake AirPods. We know that because there's no text or warning, made by China for Apple in California, whatever mumbo jumbo. And when we open this up, we get a message. It should say connect, but interestingly enough, it says not your AirPods Pro. AirPods Pro not connected to this iPhone, and it gives me a connect option. These have never been connected to anything before, so it's rather odd that it says not your AirPods Pro. So let's go ahead and connect and see what happens. Does it actually connect? So we're going to connect, And unlike the actual AirPods, it says hold button. So let's go ahead and hold the button. The light turns white. I don't know if that's normal. It says connecting. I've never been through any of this in a real pair of AirPods, so this seems rather odd. Okay. Sounds good, thank you. Huh, a noise control. Let's see if it actually has noise control. I have my doubts. So I'm going to pop these on. So I got the proper notification on my right AirPod. So when I click on these AirPods, it doesn't give me the proper haptic feedback. I just hear a click. It has a touch sensor and I hear a click, which is really odd. Spatial audio. Okay. Interesting. So these have more bass than normal AirPods, much more bass. And I guess the spatial audio does something. How do I stop this? Okay, the bass is emphasized. The mids are, I can't tell just yet. The treble is definitely muted, way muted by quite a bit. So that's really interesting. Bass boosted, I suppose that's not too surprising. So let's go to YouTube and listen to some music, and well, all you will hear is my commentary. Okay, so before we go into the audio test, I just wanted to show you how this shows up in Bluetooth. It does show generic AP3, AirPods Pro 3, I suppose. I'm not sure what that is. And the noise cancellation off and transparency modes, the beeps are extremely high volume. They almost hurt, so I'm not going to change that. The sounds are correct for noise cancellation off and transparency. However, they do nothing. These do not have noise cancellation. Just want to confirm that. So for the 30 to 40 bucks that you pay, you get extremely bass boosted music with no treble and inconsistent connections. It seems to kind of randomly disconnect and reconnect at times. The ear fit test will tell you that everything's fine. It'll do that even with the AirPods out of your ear. So obviously that's not working. The left and right, let's see. This is exactly how it comes up as stock. However, given that the modes do nothing, this is completely meaningless. I have not tested Siri yet. Spatial audio does work. However, the audio is severely compromised. And I think the rest of these are just Apple options. Okay, so let's go into YouTube and let's listen to some music. Okay, let's listen to some Nine Inch Nails. I currently have these at about half volume. Yep, about half volume. Bass is, again, heavily boosted. I know I mentioned this several times. My audio or IEMs of choice would be the Shure 535s and 846s. I prefer very flat frequency response, and this definitely does not do it for me. It almost feels like I have headphones on in front of these AirPods. So I'm going to pause this. Yep, I've heard enough. I can't take any more. They are very muffled. That's definitely the right word. There's no treble, just tons and tons of bass pounding into your ear. So if all you listen to is bass, they're great. But outside of that, absolute F. F for sound quality, not worth the 30 bucks. So maybe that's a bit harsh, but that's it for me. Butterfingers there. They look great. I'm actually impressed with the case. I think I mentioned this before. The snap action of the case is actually almost better than stock. I mean, the way it clicks in here and then the way it snaps open, there's no floppiness. Well done there. There's no serial number here, as I mentioned. And as you can tell, there's no made in blah, blah, blah. But connectivity, not so great. It doesn't have the noise cancellation, so there is no AirPods Pro feature. There's no actual AirPods Pro features in here, so I don't understand why they go through the motion of having all the buttons when they don't do anything. So yeah, it's a fail for me. However, hopefully this review was helpful to you, and I'll see you on the next one.